Amanda Poole. Watch Fox Sports.
Welcome into sports. I'm Amanda Poole, and with Halloween right around the corner, we have a scary good game for you guys. ECC SEC Challenge in Chapel Hill. Welcome into sports. I'm Amanda Poole here at the Carmichael Arena. What a beautiful day to play some baseball. Not me though, it's too hot for that, but we've got South Carolina in action. Clemson's continuity is probably most absent in the place kicker role. You guys relied on BT Potter for 5 years as your rock, and he put up about 8 points per game last season. Now you have a redshirt freshman in Robert Gunn. What makes you confident that he's ready for this role?
Tigers earning a bye week until the second round, which is this Saturday. Coach Barry, how has your team been able to take advantage of that bye week?
The Tigers knew they'd be tested in Demon Deacon territory, but after a big stop in a double overtime, Clemson passed. While Dutch Fork believes it has the greatest story ever, if you head south for about 26 miles, you'll find yourself in Timberwolves territory, where head coach Nick Pelham argues the greatest story ever lives. I'm right outside the Target Center. I haven't seen a single Gamecock fan leave yet. They're still in there celebrating with the team. UConn is walking out here, not with the outcome they wanted, but South Carolina Gamecock fans are in there celebrating with their team because after 5 years, they have won another national title. The 9-1 Gamecocks are hosting Winthrop tonight in yet another in-state battle. I think this kid needs an NIL deal or a sponsorship with Dunkin' Donuts because that is all he was doing tonight, putting on a show for this Gamecock crowd. And what's crazy to me, Matt, is that the Gamecocks shot a season low 39% from the field, but shot a season high 54% from the perimeter.
The things that you don't see on the highlight reels, the leadership out there, despite having these 18 and 19-year-old women who came back as freshmen from last year. Now you got a couple sophomores out there taking the reins.
Klubnik also talking about his relationship with Riley, saying the first time they met, the two Texans hit it off, talking about brisket and football. It'll be that chemistry that bleeds through the Clemson offense this season.
Matt, you got to think if the Clemson fan base brings that type of energy to Everbank Stadium, Kentucky might have to worry about a 12th man. The Gamecocks are leaving North Carolina unscathed. 2 wins against 2 talented teams in 2 hostile environments, producing an even tougher South Carolina team. Missed opportunities and a game like no other. Number 9 Clemson falling to Duke for the first time in 19 years. When you think about 10 months ago when your team played UConn last in the national championship, where do you think South Carolina has improved most headed into Sunday?
What you go out there and do, what empowers you about that? Do I even want to know what happens when someone steps on this magic tiger head?
Well, for every action, there's a reaction.
Your fans have you as a role model, a lot of like the younger guys. I know some kids take pictures with you after the games and stuff. How do you hope that you're setting an example for kids like that?
A lot of people describe this as the end of an era. They describe you as a Hall of Famer, a legend, legendary. How do you view your time here at South Carolina?
The Knights going from 6-3 to 8-4 to this year's 11-1 record, punching their ticket to the 3rd round in the playoffs for just the 3rd time in school history. It's consistent momentum rolling in the right direction. Last night, I was able to sit down with Ridge U's Gregory Jackson. As you've seen, he is a star, proving to be more and more talented over time. Jackson says that growth all dates back way back to his middle school days, so that's where we went. The annual Alex English basketball camp at Cardinal Newman High School wrapping up day 1 of learning. Today, I stopped by to see the young ballers in action and find out what makes this camp unique. According to Alex, it's English. You'll see what I mean.
I was in my room watching TV, then a basketball commercial popped up on my TV. So I started thinking about Aaliyah Boston. I just said to myself, why not just make a song about her? I don't think so. Watch TV more, bro.
The one-take wonder. 9-year-old Zaria Corley became a rapper overnight.
I just got me a beat and I just said what it was. I don't think so.
2 minutes and 52 seconds of full-on freestyle from the floor.
So I was right here.
She was like, hey, mama, can you listen to my song? She said, don't delete it because I made it from the top of my head. And I'm like, from the top of your head? And I listened to it. I'm like, you know what? It's pretty cool.
And that's not just a mother's opinion. Zaria's first rap caught on quick with Gamecock fans.
Before you know it, I was singing it in my head in the bed. It was really catchy. I thought it was interesting. That's why I put it on Twitter. And, it blew up.
Over 16,000 views later, Zaria's role model became her fan. And on Sunday, she met her muse.
I told her that I was Zaria, and she was like, oh my gosh. She said, I love it, it's stuck in my head, and I made my boyfriend jam it this morning. Daily, the best coach in the whole wide world. Why y'all think that I'm undefeated? Because of her.
A baller herself, Zaria says she respects Boston for more than just her skills on the court.
She's just a good person, and I look up to her. She's like a role model to me. I like how she has good sportsmanship to the other team. Like if someone falls down, she will help them up.
A contagious kindness, inspiring a driven young girl.
She is very, very talented, right? She could do pretty much anything that you throw at her.
As far as a singing career, the sky's the limit for Big 9.
I do a lot of sports right now, so it's just where my career takes me.
In Batesburg, Leesville, Amanda Poole, Watch Fox Sports.
If they can spend their Sunday helping me out and be in my eyes, kudos to them.
Maggie Peters is a collegiate triathlete, training in tandem out of necessity.
So I'm completely blind in my right eye. There's nothing there, always has been. In my left, I have 20/200 vision. So what you can see 200 feet away, I have to be 20 feet away to see.
The Newberry College freshman found her passion back in grade school.
I ended up falling in love with the sport, and some of the coaches were like, hey, you're actually pretty good at this. Why don't you come check out our camps? And I'm like, okay. And it was really funny because when I first did that camp, I was, the coaches are like, oh, you're visually impaired. You usually go on a tandem. And I'm like, what the heck? But I'm not doing that. Well, now I know that I need to race with a tandem and a guide. It's the safest course for me.
Maggie says she's learned the hard way that a guide is non-negotiable.
Go Maggie! Go Mary!
I show up to camp and I'm like, I don't need a tether on the swim. I have good enough vision. So we go out on the swim and I ended up losing my guide.
A soft chuckle coming from an extremely hard worker who doesn't let her vision slow her down.
She knows one speed. It's all out.
She continues to push herself to stand out, not because she's legally blind, but because she's an athlete.
I'm looking more to be a competitor, not an inspiration. Whether I inspire you, that's amazing, but I want, wow, you did amazing because of your athletic ability, not because you're blind.
A mentality Maggie showcases at Newberry.
She's all about the team. I don't think she's ever been something like where it's about her, it's about the team.
While Maggie is breaking barriers in her world, she's also building a foundation for the future of women triathletes.
It's amazing being a part of history in a way. NCAA triathlon, it's technically still an emerging sport. It's trying to become a championship sport.
Newberry College is one of just 17 D2 schools in the nation to have a triathlon team. And just this year, USA Triathlon reached its mark of 40 collegiate women's varsity teams, a key milestone to becoming an official NCAA sport by 2024.
It's nice to be kind of like at the foreground of something new starting that will help so many generations after us.